Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you a couple furniture ideas that you can add to your factory just to help it give it more pizzazz. All right, put on your hard hats. Let's go. Okay, so these are just a couple furniture ideas that I've learned out on my own, just because there's really not any furniture options in the game, which, you know, I get it. It's a factory building game, but at the same time, you want to make your factory look cute. So, anyway, what I will do is I'm going to show you how to build each one of these things step by step. And then for those who don't know the blueprints, like buttons or how to make blueprints, I will also show you how to do that. So that way you can save any item that you decide to make and you don't have to like rebuild it a million times over and over again. Okay, let's go. Okay, so the first item that we're gonna build is a bench. And I know that sounds really basic and stupid and like why would we build a bench? But it's really quick to do and it's actually really cute. So if you wanted to add like little resting spots to your factory for your workers, you can. Okay, so first things first, you're gonna hit Q and you're gonna go over into architecture. The other thing is you do have to have these things unlocked. But hopefully, I don't think these cost a lot of tickets to unlock. You're gonna place that down. And I placed 2 of them just to give it like a longer bench, but if you wanted like a short stool, like seat thing, you can also do that. Then we're gonna go over into organization, hit the 4-meter option labeled sign that's horizontal. And then with your arrow keys, we're gonna go behind it. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit H, Control, and then with your arrow keys, you're gonna move it either forward or backwards. This just moves it by like half a block. You see how if I move it on its own, it's just gonna jump to each line? If you do my method where you hit H, Control, and then the little line, it goes between those two. So it gives you like a little bit more of like leeway, and you can do that with any walls, flooring, all that. And we're actually going to get into that too. Okay, so we have the back part of our bench. So now all we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, just make the color black. I just do it because it blends in. And if you wanted to, you could stop here. I like to add one more for flavor. And I add one underneath. So all I'm gonna do is middle mouse click any of these. It's gonna copy the sign. I'm gonna do the same exact thing. So H, Control, and then move my little mouse key, or not my mouse keys, my arrow keys. There you go. And that is my bench. And you could also, if you really wanted to get spicy with it, you could also probably add like little handrails here, like this. You know, you see where I'm going? And then all you do is you just like make this black and then get rid of the text and everything. Yeah, and if you wanted to, you could do that to both sides. I kind of just like it just as this, especially if you're gonna be making a booth, like a little cafeteria. That is the bench I would go for. All right, so that is our bench. I think it looks really nice, looks snazzy. So let's go put this on the blueprint designer, just so that way we don't have to make that every single time and we can just place it down. So once you hit this screen, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna rename your blueprint. I just renamed my blueprint to bench. Description is mostly for like if you're gonna build a factory and it all kind of looks the same on the blueprint, you can label it like, oh, this is for iron use, this is for copper use, etc. We're just making furniture, so we won't need that today. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit set directory. I already have a bunch of blueprints here, just to kind of show you what it would look like. But all we're gonna do is we're gonna hit edit, which is the little gear icon at the bottom, and then add a category. This is huge, especially if we're gonna play with a whole bunch of people, just so that way not everything gets cluttered, and you can just find things really quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and name it furniture. You can select any icon you want. Why don't we do a house? There we go. And now we are gonna add a subcategory. So the subcategories here, like if let's say you have like Christmas furniture and tables and chairs and you want to kind of organize everything, this is how you would do it. Same what I said earlier is like if you want to add like copper and iron. So we'll name this one chairs. Why not? All right, so now we're gonna hit add blueprint here, and this is where our blueprint is gonna go. So now all we're gonna do is hit apply changes. There you go. Hit the X at the very top, and this is like where you can select like what you would want your blueprint picture to look like. I don't really know what you could put for like benches, but if you wanted to add a picture you can, same with the color. That's it. All you're gonna do is hit save blueprint and you are done. So now if we go to the build menu and go to blueprints, that's right next to customizer at the top, and we go to our little category named furniture, this should, yep, this is our bench. Oh, okay, so it's not gonna let me place it on the blueprint just because we already made it. But like you could place it anywhere else and you can put as many of these as you would like. So like if I hit blueprint, there you go. Look at that, isn't that cute? It looks like little bus stop benches. I love it. And then a little trick I also learned. So let's say you didn't want to put this bench here too. You can hit F, like you're gonna delete it. And instead of hitting like one by one, because it's gonna be tedious, especially the more stuff that you build in the blueprint, you can go ahead and hold down R, go to the very bottom, hit blueprint, and then it deletes the entire blueprint. But it won't delete any of your other materials, which is kind of nice. So I really like that feature that they added. All right, and lastly, before we go on to the next piece of furniture, I do want to show you one more thing. So once you are done building something on the blueprint and you have it saved, just make sure you have it saved. You're gonna hit clear blueprint, and now our spot is perfectly clear for our next build. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next furniture idea. If you need help making the blueprint, I would suggest going back earlier in the video and just re-watching how we did that. Just because I'm not gonna make a blueprint for the next ones, just to save a little bit of time. Okay, so our next item is going to be a table. So there's two different ways that we can do this, and I'll show you both ways. You could either have a round base, or you can make it have a fat square base. It really depends on kind of what your preference is. So first thing first, we're gonna put down a flat foundation, which is the 1M, like the 1 meter ones. I like to also make sure it kind of sticks within the blueprint square, just so that way I know how, like what I'm working with. And this is gonna be a little weird, but we are gonna go ahead and take the portrait sign, and it's gonna be the vertical one. So now we're just gonna lay that right in the middle, and you're gonna hit Control, and it's just gonna lay it flat on the ground. The reason why we're not doing it on the blueprint is because for some reason it doesn't work with the blueprint. It has to be on like a floor. So now we're gonna go ahead and hit this and put that sucker down. There you go. We're gonna delete the floor, and now we're gonna go back over to architecture, and we'll do the round one first, and I'll kind of show you. So with the round beam, all you're gonna do is you're gonna hit kind of in the middle of the sign, and then you're gonna go up, and there you go. Now all you're gonna do, same thing that we did with the benches, you're just gonna clear out the color, and you're gonna clear out the background. Okay. And there you go. That is your table. And then same thing, it's actually really easy if you wanted to have like a square base. I actually really like this one a little bit more. But it's that concrete corner road is what it's called, barrier. And I think that one looks really clean. There we go. Okay, so I had to add a floor because it wouldn't let me add the bench onto the blueprint. But now that we have built this, if we wanted to, we could add like the little bench that we already made from earlier and stick that on here. Oh, look how cute this looks. So if you wanted to build like a little cafeteria, this would be perfect for it. And like I said, if you wanted to move the benches closer, you could also use that H control and then like the arrow keys on your keyboard. But yeah, no, I like it. All right, so now that we have the table done, you can save it as a blueprint and let us go on to the next furniture item. Okay, so let's move on to our next piece of furniture, which is a TV stand. I thought this idea was really cute. I actually thought of this idea really late last night, and I really wanted to show you guys how to implement it. So first things first, we're gonna put a foundation, but I'm gonna put the 1 meter down just because for the blueprint, if you are building this onto your factory, I want you to be able to delete the floor afterwards and just re-put the floor of your choosing down without it clipping or causing problems. So now we're gonna go back to architecture and we're gonna go to these shelf beams. These things are so cool. They added these to the game and I've been having so much fun adding them for like design purposes. So they're kind of my new favorite item now. So what we're gonna do is we're going to, over on the side over here, we're gonna click on it and we're gonna go up by 3. There you go. And now what we could do is we could just click on this and drag. Honestly, it's not great. I think it looks a little janky personally to me. So what I like to do is I just like to click on it, put it right next to it, and unfortunately I can't really drag or anything with it. So I'm just gonna do it 1 by 1. And I'm gonna do 3 across. And then once we do that, then we're gonna go up by 3 more. Perfect. Okay, so this is kind of like the outline of like our TV stand. Then we're gonna go back into organization, and a lot of these TVs you could do like any size TVs. Like this one, that's a pretty good size. There's also like the portrait size. This one's a little big. If you wanted to make like a bigger TV stand, you can. So let's just go to the display size. Now we're gonna go behind here. We're gonna hit H, Control, and then we're gonna move it forward, right? And then we're going to click on it and then drag it up. And this has text and pictures. What a lot of times that you could do that I've kind of noticed is I'll get rid of like the picture and let me get rid of the text here. Unless you wanted to add text, you could say like go back to work or something cute, right? But I will also go back to backgrounds, and they have moving backgrounds, which kind of looks cool. And you can kind of select whatever you think would look really, really good. It's Christmas time, so let's go ahead and do some Christmas themes. Boom, there you go. It just kind of looks like the TV is like on screensaver mode, which I think is really, really cute. If you wanted to do like a big picture TV, you could go back and click on the 2 meter square sign. You do those same techniques, so H, Control, move that forward, and then go up. And then you can just pick any picture of your like that you want to choose. So why don't we do here? We'll have him wave at us. So there you go. So that is my TV stand. If you wanted to give it some extra little color and make it look cool, you can make these any color you want. You can make it black. You can make it blue. So that's where like kind of your creativity comes in. And yeah, I think it looks so cute. This would be like perfect if you're gonna make like a break area. You could put like a little TV in here, and then like the tables and the benches surrounding it. So I don't know. I think it turns out really, really cute. All right, now that we have our nice little TV, we're gonna go ahead and build a bed. A lot of people have asked me how I built my bed. I did it for a stream and they wanted to know how to do it. The only problem is you can't actually sleep in it. Technically, I think the only quote-unquote beds you can sleep on are the ones in the main hub, but like I said, you don't really sleep in this game. I guess if you wanted to add like a sleep center or something for your workers, you can do that. just to help them recoup some energy back from working from a long day. Okay, so now, just like what we did with the table, we're gonna go back, we're gonna put the floor down. I think it's the 1 meter one, the skinny one. And we are going to take our sign, kind of like not at the very corner, but like somewhat in the middle. And we're gonna hit control and lay it right back down on the ground. If you want it to have pillows, and you'll see what I mean here in a minute, I would highly suggest the arrows move away from you. So this part, like, this will be white, and we will have like some sheets here. So now let's go ahead and delete this, and we are gonna add the bed frame. So same thing that we talked about earlier. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna click and hold up, hit H control, and then we get to move these bad boys around. So I'm gonna do it at the very edge here. I'm gonna do it all the way to the very end. Nice. Okay, so now that we have the frame, I did delete one of the, like, I guess quote unquote blankets or covers, just because I want to show you kind of a way that makes it look a little bit more realistic rather than the signs just floating up at the top. So you can move it up, down, side to side, but you can't move it vertically up and down until you hit page up and page down. And then that way it kind of looks a little bit more, you know, realistic looking rather than just a floating sign. So we can copy this and kind of just put that right next to it. There we go. Look how real this is looking. Now all we're gonna do is we're gonna take a painted beam and we're gonna go all the way around with it. There we go. And then here, and then there you go. And then for the bed part, we're gonna get rid of this. We don't want a picture and we don't want text. So yeah, if you wanted to do that kind of style, you absolutely can. I know what I've also seen people do just to kind of give some like shape to it and make it not like super bulky, is they'll go back into like organization and they'll add like the signs at the bottom. So like if I hit like page down, you could do that. If you wanted to make kind of like a modern look, and you can do it like all the way around. But I kind of like having like the frame on the outside. I think it gives it a little bit more character. But yeah, so I think this turned out really, really cute. Here's a bedroom idea I just kind of whipped up just to show you guys, if you wanted to make like your own bedroom, this is kind of an idea that you could use, like that IKEA style model. These are really, really cool. These are just pipeline holes, but I learned, I think I actually saw a video on it. I don't remember who showed me, but these are cool because you can paint these any color that you want, and then as long as you have either like some leaves or even some holly, if you want to feel a little festive, you can make these look like little flower pots. And I think these are just a really cute little touch of just a small, simple decoration, but it kind of ties the room together. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to show you guys how to make a bathroom for your fix-it workers. So this process will be a little long. If you guys just want to do the furniture, you can go ahead and end the video now, but if not, I will show you how to build this really, really cute looking bathroom. All right, let's go into it. Okay, first things first, we're going to go ahead and put some flooring down just so that way we have somewhere to build. I really like the coated concrete flooring for these, just because it gives it more of like a homey kind of feel. But what we are gonna do, I think I need to make this one more. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna add some walls around here. I'm just gonna go ahead and make ourselves kind of encaved in. Actually, this right here will be our window. So we can go ahead and just put a window there real quick. I think this one looks cute. And then this is gonna be our divider. Okay, so let's go ahead and start on the mirror just because that's the most tedious part. And we once we get that out of the way, we can make everything else look really, really cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy one of these walls, and I'm going to hit H, Control, and move it all the way to the back. There we go. And I just want to make sure it doesn't clip in with like the back part or go behind it. I want to put one in front of it. There we go. I'm going to go to Customizer. I'm going to make the background black just so that way it pops out a little bit more. And then for the full frame window, this is going to be our mirror. So we're going to do the same thing, move all the way back, but we're going to put it right in front of the black background. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have our mirror, let's go ahead and build the base around it. So I'm going to go ahead and take the beam connector first. I'm gonna go H, Control, and oh, I opened up my keyboard. H, Control, and then we're going to hit page up to move it up, and then over onto the side just ever so slightly. And the reason why I did it like this is because, oh, I don't have a door. The reason why I did it like this is because if you have something out here, I don't want it clipping with your other building or like on the outside. Some people, they don't really care about it, but I'm kind of a little bit picky when it comes to things like that. And I just want it to overall look good. And we're gonna do the same thing all the way up. Same thing with the other side too. All right, now that we have both of these columns up, we're gonna hit on the double beam connector and rotate it horizontal, and we're just gonna click on this and make it go all, oh, I kind of interfered with it a little bit, and we're gonna go all the way across. There you go. And now lastly, we want like a counter and everything. Unfortunately, we can't like make a sink or anything. If you guys have an idea how to make a sink, let me know. And I will definitely try that out in another video. But right now, what we're just gonna do is we're gonna add a counter. So we're gonna go all the way across. And unfortunately with these guys, you can't like drag. So we're just gonna have to place it one by one. There we go. And so that is our mirror. If you wanted to add some lighting to it, what you could also do that I kind of saw is I've seen people add like little fairy lights is what they like to call it, which is the Christmas Fix-It power lights. But I think it looks cute like this if you wanted to do that. Sometimes people don't like seeing the like the little wall outlets stick out, but it's up to you. It's your preference. It's your bathroom. You get to design it how you want to do it. Okay, so next thing that we are going to do is make the bathroom stalls. There's a couple ways you can do this. If you really wanted to make like working bathroom stalls, you could always just do like the doors, you know, and just do that. But honestly, I kind of want to do more of the look aspect with it. So we are going to go ahead and go back up to special, and we are going to click on the awesome shop. Now this does require a little bit more materials than if you just did the door, but I honestly like the way how this one looks a little bit more. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to scoot it up just by one. And then however many you want to have in your bathroom, this is how many stalls you're gonna have. So I'll put like 3 or 4 stalls. I kind of made a big bathroom by accident to show you guys, but that's okay. Okay, so now that we have our stalls, all we're gonna do is middle mouse click the wall and we're gonna copy it. And I could add one more there, I just didn't bother. So these are our stalls, and I think, you know, I like to think that these are the ones where like the company's putting an advertisement on the front of the screen. It looks really dorky, but I love it. If you wanted to add a little bit more pizzazz and just show like, hey, this bathroom is closed or this bathroom is occupied, back it up a little bit until it's like right in the screen, go all the way up into the middle, and then we can delete that bottom part. And then all you gotta do is go into the icon and you can select like, yeah, this bathroom is good. Where's the check mark? There it is. And we can add this to the color green. There we go. So yeah, so this bathroom is now available for use. But if we didn't want to do that and we wanted to change, we could always go back over, hit the X, you know, change the color, and it shows that somebody might be taking a dump in here, so you do not want to enter. You could also do like the little caution sign if you really wanted to, like out of order, and then go back and make it like yellow. Like there's so many ways that you guys can make this like really unique and more like real factory homey kind of vibe. All right, so now that we have our bathroom, let's go ahead and let's fill in these walls, and I'll show you just a little bit more on how to add it to make it look really, really nice. Okay, so now that we have our walls all placed down, we're gonna take the foundation 1 meter ones, and we are going to go ahead and hit H control and then page down, kind of make it a little bit shorter so it's not super tall. And then to give it some character, we are going to make this one a little bit like kind of closer to the floor. And now you're probably looking at this gap and you're like, Banana, what is going on? That looks so bad. I don't want this to be in my bathroom. It's okay. Take a deep breath. We're gonna fix it, and we're actually gonna make this look really, really nice. So the way to do that is we might need to hit H control and just move it over just a little bit, but we're gonna take one of these half walls, and now we're gonna take this inverted ramp, and we're gonna take the very, very, very skinny option, and we're gonna click on this, and then we're gonna go, and you kind of have to finagle it. You're gonna hit H control and then page up. There you go. And that gives a little bit more character. If you wanted to do higher ceilings, you can, and you can do like the bigger crosses or like the bigger inverted ramps, but I kind of like the skinny one. And lastly, what we can do is we can kind of design the wall a little bit just to give it some character. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint this side black, and I'll paint that side a little black too. If you wanted to, you could also repaint these black, kind of make it blend in a little bit more with like the theme of the bathroom. But now we are gonna add some decor on the walls. Remember when I said I really like the shelf themes? This is where they come in. So you really can get creative with this and add like little designs. And it kind of has like that honeycomb kind of effect, you know? I've done like little happy face designs before, and all this other little fun knick-knack things. Yeah, and you really can get like crazy with it. There we go. Yeah, look how good this looks. And it's like all modern and it's nice looking. And if you really wanted to add some pizzazz to it, all you gotta do is take that bench that we added earlier and just stick that down there. And there you go. Oh, I stepped out. But this is your new bathroom. And honestly, I think it turned out so cute. I think your workers will love it. They'll work harder. And hopefully, you know, nobody uses the bathroom that Jimmy exploded in. All right, everyone. Well, these are just a couple furniture ideas that I have made while playing the game. If you have any ideas that I didn't actually add or implement and you would love to see in a future video, definitely let me know either in the comments, or you can even upload your own picture onto my Discord, and I'd love to see everybody's factory. Other than that, I am growing my channel step by step every day, so if you do like this video, it would be such a big help if you either like or subscribe, or even let me know what you would like to see in future videos. Alright everyone, well that ends today's episode, so I will see you hopping around. Stay warm and cozy. Bye!